So we understand the enemy is going to make war. Jacob's trouble is coming. If you stay in the land of your captivities, I said it before, you're waiting on the enemy. You're not waiting on the Most High. He's not delivering those outside of the borders. He promised. He said it. You think he's a man that he should lie? He said, I will only protect those found within my land and within my borders. This is what he said. So you're outside of his land. You're outside of his borders, thinking the Most High is going to gather you. And that's not the case at all. You're going to fall in this war. He's going to make war, and these people will be, we see, he is going to prevail against these people. This is what came to them. They didn't understand the mystery to come. They didn't dig into the scriptures. They didn't put together the puzzle. This thing is puzzling. This thing is kind of difficult to understand. It's difficult to swallow. You mean to tell me we keep the commandments outside of his borders? You mean to tell me he's not going to deliver us? That's what the scripture says. Psalm 64, 1 and 2. This is what you should do. Hear my voice, O Yahuah, in my meditation. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. See, the enemy is out to kill you. We were put in these lands for our destruction. And our people don't understand that. Because that doesn't sound good. That doesn't tickle the ears. If I come on here and do what the Christian pastor does, tickle your ear, do what the camps do, tickle your ear. If I come on here and tickle your ear, what good is going to do you? I'm wasting my time. I'm not helping you. I'm hurting you if I tickle your ears. The word of the Most High does not tickle our ears. We have to make decisions and do some difficult things. It calls for us to do difficult things. You think that boat was easy for Noah to build? You think it was easy for Abraham to leave his father's house and go live in some strange foreign land? To be a stranger in a land he's never been in? You thought that was easy? Having no family? You see, we don't understand. You don't think it was difficult to Lot to leave his home without time to make preparations? Get up, get out, go. And you saw Lot. He stayed, he didn't just leave. He kind of hung around a little. And they had to forcefully grab. You think that was easy for him to leave? So the Most High will ask us to do some difficult things. Coming out of her is difficult to do. But remember what Yahushua said. Difficult is the way. Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked. The scripture is telling us the wicked has secret plots against you and against me. I've been revealing some of these secret plots, and I'm about to reveal another secret plot of the enemy that our people don't know about. And so there's secret plots we must realize. Ask the Most High to show you the secret plots the enemy has against us, and he will show you from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity. So we need to be hidden from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity. Why do we need to be hidden? See, this is a question that you need to ask yourself. Ezekiel 6, 8 through 9. Yet I will leave a remnant so that you may have some who escape the sword among the nations. Now, this is this other part of the mystery to come. There will be some that escape. Most of us will not escape, but only a remnant is going to escape from the sword among the nations. This sword is the enemy making war against the righteous. That's the sword. And this will bring forth your death. Now, these Christian pastors, these camps, they're going to see to it that their groups stay in these nations. Sit back, smile, laugh, have a good time, bring some word to them. some truth, a little truth here, a little lie here, and they're going to have a good time holding the people back. Why are they doing this? Ask yourself a question. This thing had me puzzled. Why are you doing this? And I did not get it until the Most High showed me the plot of the wicked against our people. And I will reveal this plot. Not here, but I will reveal this plot. But the Most High, just like he showed me, he can show you. So it says this remnant. There will be a remnant that escaped the sword amongst the nation when you are scattered through the countries. Here we go with the scattering. Then those of you who escape, there will be a group that escape. Whoa. Escape. We know what this is. To break free from confinement. You in jail, you escape, you break out of jail. The enemy does not mean for us to leave these lands. Don't you understand this? When you stay in the land, the Most High is going to gather us. We don't have to do anything. Just sit still and see the salvation of the Most High. When you have this mindset and you don't escape, you will be, this is when this judgment will come upon you. But there will be those who escape, will remember me among the nations. The nations where they were carried captive. This place was a place of captivity, prison. I told you, Babylon is a prison. All of these lands, they were our prisons. Because I was crushed by the adulterous heart, which has departed from me, and by their eyes, which played the harlot after the idols. They will load themselves with the evils which they committed in all their abominations. This is how we got scattered in all those lands. And what did the Most High tell us? Jeremiah 50, 28 and 29, the voice of those who flee, he told us to flee. Flee from the mist. Flee out of the land. Get up out of there. Come out of her, my people. The voice. There will be a voice. This voice is not a voice of those that says the Most High is going to gather us. Not that voice. That's a wicked voice. That's a voice that don't know scripture. That's a voice that have no knowledge and no understanding. That's a voice that's confused. That's a voice that has eyes but cannot see. That's a voice that have ears but cannot hear, nor do they understand the mystery to come. So there will be a voice of those who flee and escape from the system of Babylon. Let that sink in. That escape from the system of Babylon. Does it say system? No, it does not say system. And when you say system, you see, we come out of Babylon's system. You add to the word that makes you wicked. And that makes you a deceiver. One who leading people astray. Let me read this right. The voice of those who flee and escape from the land. A rat. The scripture says a rat. A rat is land. That's the Aubrey word. This land, soil, dirt, ground you walk on. So these people are going to escape and flee from the land of Babylon. So where is this system coming from? We're supposed to flee out of Babylon's system. When he says flee, he's talking about come out of his system. You see, I have to talk weak because these people are weak. They have listened to the Babylonian teachers. And when they come here, I try to give them knowledge and understanding what the scripture says. But at the end of the day, it will be up to each and every one to obey the voice of the Most High and disobey every voice that goes against the Most High. It says this voice shall escape from the land of Babylon and declare in Sion another landmass. From one land mass to another. Sion is land. It's a place. It's a ground. You're fleeing from one place to another, not a system. I've said it before and I will say it again. If the Most High if he want us to come out of her ways or system, he would just tell us to do not. He says, don't be dismayed by gooey, nor dismayed by the way that he observed the stars. Listen, he would just tell us to keep his word, keep my commandments. That's all he would have to say. Don't do the things gooey is doing. But he didn't say that. He said, flee and escape. You in prison? You know how to escape out of prison. You've seen how people escape out of prison. You're there to be confined and not come out until they release you. But you escape on your own. That means you have to do something. These people have to do something, not sit back, sit still, and do nothing. So this voice will declare and see on the vengeance of Yahuah, Almighty One, the vengeance of his house. This is about vengeance. And this is part of the mystery to come. I've said it before. You're not going to see the people flee. You're not going to see it. These people, this remnant this remnant is going to flee, and you will not see it. It's a mystery. Nor will you understand it. It says, call together the archers against Babylon. This is the reason why he's telling us to come out of her. Call together the archers against Babylon. All you who bend the bow, encamp against it all around. Another news flash. I told you, keep your eye on Iran. Keep your eye on Iran. Well, right now, what is Iran doing? You gotta if you don't keep your eye on Iran, if you keep your eye on the border wall, on the president of the United States, you done missed it. You keep your eyes on the news, all the news outlets, you done missed it. You keeping up and what's going on, you have missed it. You keep your eyes on the scripture and the people the scripture is talking about what they're going to do. So right now, Iran is encamping around Babylon. Iran, and this is not the first time, you can look it up. They're preparing for this. They have battleships in the water of America. Battleships? They have battleships in the waters of America. Let none of them escape. Repay her according to her work. This is about vengeance. According to all she has done due to her, for she has been proud against Yahuah, against the Kadash one of Yasharal. Jeremiah 51:50. You who have escaped the sword, there are those we're seeing that have escaped the sword. There's a sword coming. And there is those that's going to escape it. He says, get away. Do not stand still. He knew that people would say, excuse me, stand still and do nothing. He knew it. The Most High knew it. The Most High is going to gather us. Just keep his laws, statutes, and commandments and watch him deliver us. But that's not what the scriptures say. If you standing still, if you do not get away, we know what get away means. You around me, you're too close to me, you're in my space. I say get away. You have to move. You have to move from one place to another. Do not stand still. You in Babylon, you standing still. I told you, you're waiting on the enemy. You're waiting on the Most High's destruction. You're waiting on his judgment. You're within the wicked. You're not Kadash. And you will fall. You will partake of her iniquity and of her plagues. We don't understand this. Remember, Yahuah are far off. Why? Because Babylon is far off from the Most High's borders. And let Jerusalem come to your mind. We must keep Jerusalem on our mind. Psalms 31:20. You shall hide them in the secret place of your presence from the plots of man. Once again, this group is being hidden. And when this group hiding in the Most High's presence from the plots of man, this is a mystery. The world will not see this. This will not be on your news. It says, you shall keep them secretly in your pavilion from the strife of tongues. There are tongues speaking against us.